YouTube and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is rewriting a phrase, a sentence, or a text using your own words but without changing its meaning. It's one of the most essential skills in IELTS, TOEFL, or OET. In speaking and writing, paraphrasing will help you boost your lexical resource, which helps you get high scores. And the ability to identify paraphrases will help you in reading and in listening through searching for the appropriate or most appropriate and correct answers in the exam. So what are the different paraphrasing methods? One paraphrasing method is using synonyms. Synonyms are words that have the same meaning. In IELTS writing, be sure to read the question very carefully and then find some keywords that you can replace or substitute with another word. Top tier tip: not all words in the sentence or in the question can be changed or replaced. So we have to find or pinpoint which words are best suitable for the change or the paraphrase, and be sure that the replacement or the word that you use would still keep or maintain the logic of your sentence.
So let's have a look at this example and we'll try to paraphrase it using synonyms. Advances in science and technology and other areas of society in the last 100 years have transformed the way we live. So we are going to highlight, find some keywords that we can replace or change with the use of synonyms. So we've selected advances, areas, society, 100 years, and transformed. Let's think of synonyms for these words, and we've got advances, we can use breakthroughs. Areas, we have sectors. Society, we have community. 100 years, we have century. And then for transformed, we can use changed, remodeled, and reshaped. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm using society and not community. So we've got the paraphrased sentence. We've already replaced the highlighted keywords with their respective synonyms. So we've got breakthroughs in science and technology and other sectors of society in the last century have reshaped the way we live. This is one method of paraphrasing using synonyms.
Another way to paraphrase is to change the word form. Changing word form tests your grammar skills, as you may need to use a word's noun form, adjective form, verb form, or adverb form. Just be sure that whichever form you use, you would maintain the sentence, structure, and logic.
So now we're paraphrasing this sentence by changing the word form. So advances in science and technology and other areas of society in the last 100 years have transformed the way we live. So we've highlighted two phrases. We've got areas of society and the way we live. We're going to think of another form for these phrases. So for areas of society, we've got societal areas, and for the way we live, we've got our way of life. We've used the pronoun our for our way of life because the pronoun used in the way we live is we, and our is the counterpart for that pronoun. Now we've changed both phrases. The sentence reads as advances in science and technology and other societal areas in the last 100 years have transformed our way of life.
Another paraphrasing method is changing the sentence structure, which can be done by changing the clause order or changing the sentence voice from active voice to passive voice.
Let's use the same example from earlier and we'll try to paraphrase it by changing the sentence structure using active voice changed to passive voice. So advances in science and technology and other areas of society in the last 100 years have transformed the way we live. This sentence is in its active voice. So we'll identify the subject and the object. So our subject would be advances in science and technology and other areas of society in the last 100 years. Our verb, we've got a present perfect tense form of the verb, have transformed, and our object is the way we live. Now we've changed the active voice sentence into passive voice. We've got the way we live has been transformed by advances in science and technology and other areas of society in the last 100 years. So we've swapped the object and the subject. So now the passive voice starts with the object, so it's now the subject, and then the subject becomes the object. And then our verb have transformed was used in the passive voice because we've got the way we live as our subject. In the passive voice, we are now using has been transformed because the subject or the new subject is now singular. And then we add the word by. So that's how we paraphrase a sentence by changing its structure using active to passive voice.
So those are the methods of paraphrasing. You may use one in your IELTS exam, or you may also use the three of them.
Let's apply what we've learned using the same example from earlier. Our first paraphrasing method is using the synonyms. So we've still got the same sentence, advances in science and technology and other areas of society in the last 100 years have transformed the way we live. So using synonyms, we'll find keywords that we can replace with the same words but with a similar meaning, and we'll ensure that the words we use to replace such words or the keywords would be logical. So we've highlighted these words: advances, areas, society, 100 years, and transformed. And then we'll try to think of synonyms for those words: breakthroughs for advances, sectors for areas, community for society, century for 100 years, and then transformed we can use change or remodeled or reshaped. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm using the word society rather than community because I think society is more appropriate than community. So the sentence on your left is our original sentence, and then we've got the paraphrased sentence using synonyms on your right. Breakthroughs in science and technology and other sectors of society in the last century have reshaped the way we live. Then we go to the word form change. Breakthroughs in science and technology and other sectors of society in the last century have reshaped the way we live. So we are going to highlight sectors of society and the way we live. You're going to think of a substitute for this. Basically, we've just switched the word order. For sectors of society, we've got societal sectors, and the way we live, we are going to use our way of life. So because of the pronoun we from the way we live, the counterpart pronoun of choice will be are. It's the second person pronoun. So let's paraphrase. On your left, we've got the original sentence. Breakthroughs in science and technology and other sectors of society in the last century have reshaped the way we live. On your right is our paraphrase sentence utilizing the word form change. So we've got breakthroughs in science and technology and other societal sectors in the last century have reshaped our way of life. Notice that change there. So that's how we change the word for. Then we go to changing the sentence structure. We are using active voice change to passive voice. So our sentence, breakthroughs in science and technology and other societal sectors in the last century have reshaped our way of life. Now we are going to highlight our subject and predicate, or the object. So in active voice, our subject would be breakthroughs in science and technology and other societal sectors in the last century. And then our object is our way of life, and we've got our verb in present perfect tense, have reshaped. So we've now got the passive voice change. Our way of life is our new subject, has been reshaped by. Our way of life is singular, so instead of using have been reshaped, we use has been reshaped by breakthroughs in science and technology and other societal sectors in the last century. Now you can see the difference between our essay question, it's the original statement or sentence, and then our paraphrased sentence. Of course, by using synonyms, by changing the word order, and by changing the sentence structure. So you'll be able to notice the synonyms and the changes in our sentence structure as well. So this basic paraphrasing should help you achieve a band score of 7 or higher in your IELTS writing section. So mastering your paraphrasing skill will significantly boost your scores in IELTS, TOEFL, or OET, especially in writing, but it can also be utilized in reading, speaking, and listening.
So guys, this concludes our topic for today. If you like the content of this video, feel free to click like and don't forget to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and I hope that this video has helped you a lot with regard to paraphrasing. I hope you could apply the strategies during your IELTS, TOEFL, and OET examination. Best of luck and see you again soon.